MomTok just dropped 10 episodes of chaos on Hulu today, and I have been on the couch since 6 this morning. I have notes, I have screenshots, I have opinions, and I have the 10 most shocking moments from Mormon Wives Season 4 ranked and ready to go right now, so you know exactly what you are walking into before you binge this thing tonight. Because this season, it is a completely different show from what we have seen before. The fame got bigger, the friendships got messier, the husbands got way too much camera time. Taylor announced she is going on The Bachelorette, and the group collectively had feelings about it. Jessi and Jordan's marriage is somehow still a storyline, even though we all thought we were done with that. And at some point in episode 7, somebody said something about dad talk that is going to live in my brain forever. We are going through all 10 moments right now. No skipping, no sugarcoating. Let us get into it. Before the list starts, a quick reset on what Season 4 actually is and how we got here, because the context matters. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives premiered in September 2024. It became Hulu's most watched unscripted season premiere ever. Season 2 dropped in May 2025. Season 3 hit in November 2025 and immediately shot to #1 on Hulu. And now, Season 4, all 10 episodes, dropped today, March 12th, 2026, on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally. The cast walking into Season 4 is not the same cast from Season 1. These women are legitimately famous now. Taylor Frankie Paul is about to be the Bachelorette on ABC. Jen Affleck and Whitney Levitt competed on Dancing with the Stars Season 34. Macy Neely published a book called Told You So and is on an actual book tour. Whitney booked a role on Broadway in Chicago and a holiday film called All for Love. These are not influencers anymore. These are television personalities. And that level of fame is exactly what creates the cracks that Season 4 runs directly into. 8 of the 9 cast members were promoted to executive producer status after the show's Emmy nomination. Demi was the only one who was not. That detail became its own storyline before the season even aired. And it tells you everything about where Demi's relationship with the show and the group sits going into these 10 episodes. Okay, the list. Starting from shocking and working our way up to absolutely unhinged. Number 10. The Dad Talk Vanderpump Villa Trip opening. Season 4 opens not with the women, it opens with the husbands. Dad Talk, which is what the men call their group, was invited to a luxury getaway filmed for Vanderpump Villa, the Hulu sister show. And the decision to open this season with the men instead of the women immediately generated strong reactions from critics and fans alike. Hollywood Reporter called it a show that was starting to look more like The Secret Lives of Mormon Husbands. Marie Claire went harder, saying that every time the show gives the husbands camera time, it reframes what the whole series is supposed to be about. These are women who built something remarkable inside a framework specifically designed to keep them small. And the moment you signal boost the men, the show stops being about women finding loopholes in a restrictive system and starts being about the system reasserting itself. The Vanderpump Villa opener was shocking not because it was explosive, but because of what it signaled. And by episode 3, it became clear that the men's storylines were going to get more screen time this season than ever before. For a show called Mormon Wives, that is a choice that the audience noticed immediately. Number 9. Macy Neely putting dad talk in their place. This one hit differently because Macy has always been the quieter, more composed member of the group. And in episode 7, around the 9-minute mark, she delivered the line of the entire season. The women challenged the men to a pickleball tournament, MomTok versus Dad Talk. And Macy, in her confessional, said that Dad Talk was created to ride off their coattails, that MomTok was made as an outlet for them to get together, make videos, have fun, and make money, and that dad talk was created to borrow that audience. She then said the men were surprisingly cocky for absolutely no reason, and that they exist because of the women, and they should remember that. That sentence, in the context of a show where the men have been getting more and more camera time and more narrative weight, landed like a statement of intent. Not just about pickleball, about the whole dynamic. And the audience responded to it immediately. Number 8. Demi not being in the key art. This one requires a little explanation because it sounds small and it is actually enormous. Netflix releases official season key art for every new season. The promotional photo that shows up on the platform, on social media, in press materials. For season 4, that image shows 8 women. Demi Engemann is not in it. Demi is in the trailer. Demi is in the episodes. Demi is officially listed as part of the cast, but she is not in the key art. And the reason, which multiple reports confirmed before the season dropped, is that she was the only cast member not promoted to executive producer after the Emmy nomination. 8 of 9 cast members got that promotion. Demi did not. That is not an accident. That is a statement about where the show's production, and possibly the group itself, sees Demi's role going into season 4. And the Marciano situation from season 3, the legal battle, the social media war with Jessi, the very public airing of private details about Demi and her husband Brett, all of it is still unresolved. And season 4 has to sit in the middle of all of that without fully resolving it. The key art absence told the audience exactly how complicated Demi's position is before anyone pressed play. Number 7. Miranda Hope crying and saying everything immediately goes up in flames. Miranda has been one of the more quietly compelling cast members of this series since the beginning. She came in connected to the swinging scandal through her then marriage to Chase McWhorter. She has navigated the public collapse of that relationship while raising her children and trying to build something new for herself. And she has done most of it without making it the center of every scene she is in. Season 4 gave us a moment in the trailer and in the episodes where Miranda is held by Layla crying and says that everything just immediately goes up in flames. The specifics of what she is referring to are connected to her ongoing situation with Chase and the chaos that follows someone whose personal life became tabloid news before they even agreed to be on television. That moment hit harder than anything else Miranda has been given in 4 seasons, because it was not dramatic performance. It was genuine exhaustion from someone who has been fighting to keep things together while living this much of her life in public. Number 6. Mason and Layla's relationship being put under the microscope. Mason McWhorter, who is Chase's brother, was brought into the dad talk circle during filming because he was dating Layla Taylor at the time. The show immediately made this complicated because Mason is not a dad. Dad Talk's entire identity is built around being fathers, and here was Chase's little brother being folded into the brotherhood because of a girlfriend, while his brother's ex-wife Miranda was sitting in the same friend group trying to move on from that exact family. The dynamic was uncomfortable from episode 1, and season 4 pushed into exactly how uncomfortable it could get. Layla and Mason's relationship, being filmed alongside Miranda's ongoing processing of the Chase chapter, created a specific kind of tension that the show leaned into fully. And the audience reaction was immediate. This is the kind of casting and story decision that either makes a season brilliant or chaotic. Season 4 is both simultaneously. Number 5. Whitney Leavitt goes from Dancing with the Stars to Broadway to a holiday film. This is a shocking moment in the best possible way, because nobody on season 1 of this show could have predicted that Whitney Leavitt would be on a Broadway stage in New York City in 2026. Whitney competed on Dancing with the Stars season 34 alongside Jen Affleck. She then booked a leading role in Chicago on Broadway, and then a holiday romance film called All for Love. In under 2 years, Whitney went from Mormon momfluencer to genuine multi-platform entertainer, and Season 4 documents that transformation in real time. The shocking part is not just the achievement, it is what the achievement does to the group dynamic. Because Whitney's trajectory is visibly different from most of the other cast members. And when one person in a friend group starts moving at a different speed and in a different direction, friendships strain in ways that are very hard to talk about without someone feeling judged. Season 4 is where that strain becomes visible. Number 4. Jen and Whitney's Dancing with the Stars rivalry behind the scenes. Jen Affleck and Whitney Levitt are in the same friend group. They appeared on the same season of Dancing with the Stars. They were competing against each other in real time on a national television stage. And the behind-the-scenes tension from that experience comes into Season 4 in a way that is much messier than either of them publicly acknowledged before the episodes dropped. What exactly happened between them backstage at DWTS is something the show walks you through across multiple episodes. What we know is that the competitive environment of that show, two women from the same friend group being judged against each other in front of judges and a national audience every week, created a friction that did not fully go away when filming ended. And Season 4 is where that friction comes out. This storyline is the one that shifts the Jen and Whitney dynamic in a way that feels genuinely unresolved by the end of the season, which sets up a very specific kind of tension going into Season 5. Number 3. Taylor in a hospital bed. The pregnant Bachelorette moment. The Season 4 trailer ends with a shot of Taylor Frankie Paul in a hospital bed. A cast member leans over and asks, "Is she going to be a pregnant Bachelorette?" And then the trailer cuts to black. That single frame and that single question generated more conversation than almost anything this show has done in 4 seasons. The speculation exploded immediately, and the answer, which the show eventually gets to across the season, is more complicated than a simple yes or no. Based on photos Taylor posted during Bachelorette filming and statements from sources close to production, Taylor was not pregnant while filming The Bachelorette. But the hospital scene is real. Something happened that put Taylor in a medical setting during Season 4 filming, and the show's decision to tease it the way they did, with Jessi's line delivered in a Halloween bunny costume, is one of the more genuinely unhinged trailer moments in reality TV history. The context around that hospital moment and what it actually means for Taylor's health, her Bachelorette journey, and her relationship with the group is one of the more emotional storylines of the entire season. Number 2. The phone call. Taylor says she hates all of them. They all knew. This is the moment. The one that broke the internet the second the trailer dropped. The one that no amount of theorizing has fully explained until the episodes actually play out. Taylor is on the phone. She is crying and she is furious at the same time, which is a specific combination of emotion that this show has always been very good at capturing. And she says, "I hate all of you because you all knew. Goodbye." And she hangs up. What did they know? What are we talking about? Is this about Dakota? Is it about The Bachelorette? Is it about something that happened in the group while Taylor was away filming? Is it a betrayal from inside the sisterhood that goes deeper than anything Season 3 gave us? Season 4 answers this, and the answer is connected to the group's awareness of something that happened in Taylor's personal life that multiple people in that friend circle had information about before she did. The specifics of who knew and when they knew it and why nobody told her is the emotional spine of this entire season. And it is why that phone call hits so hard when you watch it in context. Number 1. Taylor announces she is the Bachelorette, and the group does not celebrate. This is the most shocking moment of Season 4. Not because Taylor's Bachelorette casting is a surprise, we already knew about that, but because of how the group responds to it on camera. Macy says she is nervous for Taylor, that she does not think she is ready. Jessi goes further and says she sees it less as Taylor genuinely looking for love and more as a healing journey to get over Dakota. Multiple cast members express concern, doubt, and hesitation. In a bunny costume, on Halloween, which is where Jessi delivers the pregnant Bachelorette line. And here is why this moment is #1 above everything else this season does. These are Taylor's closest friends, the women who have been through everything with her, the original MomTok sisterhood. And when she announced one of the biggest career moments of her life, something that is genuinely historic for the Bachelor franchise, something that millions of people celebrated, the people closest to her responded with worry about whether she was emotionally ready, not with confetti. That gap between how the world received Taylor's Bachelorette announcement and how her own friends received it is the most honest, most complicated, most specifically Mormon Wives moment of 4 seasons of this show. And it sets up the entire emotional arc of season 4 in a single scene. Drop this in the comments right now. Out of all 10 moments, which one hit you the hardest when you actually watched it play out? And do you think the group was right to be concerned about Taylor? Or do you think they should have just celebrated her? Because that debate is already everywhere on the internet, and I want to know where this audience stands. So here is the full Season 4 scoreboard of the 10 most shocking moments. Dad Talk getting the season opener. Macy putting them in their place in 7 words. Demi missing from the key art. Miranda crying in Layla's arms. Mason and Layla's complicated position in the group. Whitney's multi-platform glow-up. Jen and Whitney's do difference the work rivalry coming home. Taylor in a hospital bed, and a pregnant Bachelorette question delivered in a Halloween bunny costume. The phone call where Taylor says they all knew. And the moment Taylor's own people failed to fully celebrate one of the biggest moments of her life. 10 episodes, all of them on Hulu right now. And Season 5 already reportedly in the works. If this video helped you decide where to start or what to watch for, drop a like. It takes 1 second and it helps more people find this breakdown. Subscribe if you are new because we are going to be going episode by episode on this season starting this week. And come back after you finish binging and tell me if I ranked these right. I will see you in the next one.